And welcome once again to another episode of S2E40 Productions Presents.
J&M, solve the world. I am James.
And I am Matt. And with us once again is your friend and ours, the very special, some know him as Ray Ray. We like to call him Andrew.
Thank you. I've been waiting for that. Here I am.
Okay.
Haha.
So,
I took a breath in the wrong place there.
whew, yeah.
I didn't know what that was going to be, but anyway.
Yeah, after I hit the intro, I'm like, oh shit, we've got a double shot we got to do here. As you can tell by looking, our normal bottle is not up here. Because A, save that for later.
There you go.
And B, we thought we'd start off this show with a little Devil's Devil.
The Devil's Devil.
I mean,
We've done a review. You've had the Devil's Devil before, haven't you?
Oh, I'll probably have.
yeah,
I mean, here, because I don't think you've had it anywhere else.
no. Because it's imported as well from Kansas City.
Well, okay.
He had to cross through Polk County, Hick County. I don't remember the rest of the counties up towards Kansas City there.
Well, okay. Because I probably brought it down on a Friday night. So,
Jackson County,
no.
Henry County.
Nope. Bought it in Cass County. And then I don't know what county Clinton's in.
Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
And then,
It's probably on the TV right now under storm warning.
yeah. And then Hickory. And then
See.
Cass. Because if it was a Friday night, went to a football game
Right.
in Urbana.
Yep.
And then crossed into Polk.
Well, you went through Dallas County and then into Polk.
Yeah, why did I say fucking Cass County?
I don't know.
I live in Cass County.
Okay. Well,
Well, you brought it from your house, so there you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. There we go. All right.
and then you went south.
As people, I don't know if it's picking up on the recording or not, but it's raining like a bitch outside right now.
Yeah.
And we could be under thunderstorm warnings and shit here pretty soon. So
Man, this here's,
hopefully
America.
we can stay on the air.
man, we ain't scared of no damn naders.
I ain't scared of no nighters.
Well,
Man,
it's going to have to be a good one.
I'm just saying. I'm hoping we don't get it. I mean, I got a generator.
Yeah.
But there will be a cutoff.
Yeah.
Before
well,
power
cut off of
kicks back
sound
on. Right.
and probably the lights. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get a new roof out of this whole ordeal.
I don't need another hailstorm here unless it just hails
No.
on your roof.
Yeah. Or just don't break my windshield.
You got to parked under that tree out there, right?
I know.
Maybe a limb will come down on your roof.
Maybe so. Just don't break my windshield.
Right.
Well,
I do need to get home.
I've done had a
I've done replaced his roof and several other pieces and parts and
roof
straightened it all up.
replaced by this man right here.
Right, but in order
But
for me to
I
get
don't want to do it again.
in order to get my roof replaced by that man, I'd pretty much be waiting till January, December,
Possibly, yeah.
and I'd like to get it done before that. But anyways, I digress. So
Meanwhile, back to the ranch.
tonight, I think we would talk about retouch on a subject, if you will,
Oh, okay.
that we have done last year. We are 1 year wiser.
Maybe. We've drank a lot in that year, so
You have a point.
1 year more experienced.
There we go. So let's talk beauty. Because I don't think when we talked beauty, we had our special resident over-the-road truck driver, Andrew.
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know any other truck drivers that have been on the podcast. I mean, I know a couple of truck drivers, but they haven't been on the podcast.
Okay.
So let's talk beauty.
That-
As they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
right.
Now, we'll start with Ray Ray on this one.
Let's do that.
What
Because
is?
I don't think he was here for
No,
our original beauty podcast.
no, I don't think he was.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
What is the number one thing that attracts you to a certain female? Not females in general, but a certain female, a certain type of female. You know, whether it's be race, hair color, eye color, waist, badonkadonk,
A trait.
legs. Yeah, a trait.
Yeah.
A trait or
Yeah.
What's
Sexual
way they-
orientation.
what's your type?
oh shit.
The heartbeat.
No. Oh shit.
What is it when you're just in a store or something and you see a woman walk by and you're like, damn.
Is
What
it-
What is it that just?
Is it smell? I mean, is it a certain perfume? She's upright, not using a walker.
The way they. Oh shit. How do I say this? The way they hold themselves.
Where they carry themselves?
Yeah, the way they carry themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So,
It's like you can tell she's just confident as shit. Then you're like going,
she believes that she's the whole fucking picnic with a motherfucking apple pie and a bag of chips.
Right. You know.
okay.
And then I'm thinking, how in the hell am I going to be able to, talk to her?
Do I, what do I bring to this picnic?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I in charge of
I got so-
paper plates, or am I
know-
bringing a side dish?
am I bringing tater salad?
Yep. Or
Which is not a bad side.
no,
Nope.
but when somebody says, "Hey, man, just bring plates and cutlery," that's their way of saying, in the South they may say, "Bless his heart,"
Yeah.
or it's a subtle way of saying, "Motherfucker, you cannot cook."
I agree with you on that. The way they carry themselves, because the first time I seen Ann was out at the Southern Star, and the way she walked in that bar. Of course, she was pissed because she had to work another girl's schedule, and she knew she was out there that night. She just had a feeling, and sure enough, the girl was. But she walked in like she owned the place, and I'm like going, who do we have here?
It's like the music stopped and Ann was like, "Bitch."
I mean, I'm up at the sound booth. She didn't see me at that point. I just seen the way she walked in. I'm going, who's this? Just drew my interest just right away.
Yeah, you did the whole Joey Triviano to yourself. Mm-hmm. How you doing?
How you doing?
How
Yeah.
you doing? Smile. A smile gets me every single time, especially if they have dimples.
Does
Because-
the eyes go along with the smile, though?
Right.
Yeah.
But, I'm a funny motherfucker. Whether it be comedic or funny looking, hey, again, it's all in the eye of the beholder. But I like to make people laugh. And if you can make somebody laugh, you got an in.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
because
agree.
I have seen some fucking. I got drug here behind a fucking 1983 Chevy Love pickup on a gravel road doing 55. Ugly motherfuckers. But they got a great sense of humor,
Right.
and they can keep the finer sex, the smarter sex, in stitches. not by beating them.
Yeah.
We do not endorse hitting of women.
No.
No, in
That
fact,
will-
if we know you and we find out you do, we'll probably whoop your ass.
That will get you a ass beating.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit off the subject, but along those lines. He who shall not be named.
Mm-hmm.
If he would have done that, that would have been more excusable than what he did.
Right. Or tried to do.
Yes.
What he got convicted of trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that. See, Andy is completely lost in the sauce. He's trying to eat gravy with a knife. And it's not happening. And we're going to leave it at that because he who shall not be named has never been named on this podcast, has never had his name typed on this podcast,
No.
and never will.
Yep.
Because you, like myself, like our twig and berries where they are, and we love to be 6 feet or shallow grave above the ground.
Or rolled up in a ditch. Yeah.
Above the ground.
Above the ground.
Yes.
Yep. Another thing, like you saying, the looks wise and everything, a smile or making somebody laugh, but then a personality.
Yes.
There's some, like I say, this not that what you would call a fucking Playboy Playmate pretty, but they've got this fucking personality that just, you're like, you just want to spend time.
Yes.
You know, it's not all about the outer beauty. The outer beauty is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but if they got outer beauty and there's nothing up top, no personality, nothing, then it's like that's a short fucking ride. That's kind of like Cody's experience this weekend. He's like batshit crazy. I'm tired of batshit crazy.
For every beautiful woman out there, there is some dude or some lady that is tired of putting up with their shit.
Right.
You know, you can, just like you were saying, you can have the greatest, excuse me, you can have the greatest like supermodel fucking looks.
Right.
And, you know, models all have that persona of, you know, when they're out there on the runway, they're fucking confident and everything. But if they've got a shitty personality,
Right.
bitch, no.
There's like
I would rather-
there's like some stars too, and I ain't gonna say any names or anything, but you've seen them in the movies, and you're like, going, damn, and then you see them on a talk show, you're like going, oh, they're
Damn.
goofier than fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, you see them in the movies, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, you're like Craig and Smokey in Friday. Damn.
But
But then you see him on a talk show or on the red carpet, and it's like, damn.
yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's on Tinder. Somebody's swiping right.
Clearing out shit.
Oh, you're on Grinder.
No, I'm on Grindr.
We're coming back to you on this subject here.
Lot lizards are to us. I mean, is that an app? I mean, it kind of like Grubhub. Like you can order up a
No.
dial a date.
Order one, 50 miles out.
Kind of like back in the day when truck
yeah.
drivers would have to use their CBs to go ahead and order their dinner,
Right.
or lunch, or whatnot before they pulled into the truck stop so they can just grab it and go. Physically, what is one attribute of a woman that draws you to her more so than somebody else? For instance, you're drawn more towards a redhead than a brunette, or you're drawn more towards a blonde than a redhead, or you're drawn more towards green eyes versus blue eyes. tall women versus short women.
Skinny butts versus badonkadunks.
Oh my God.
Little breasts versus big breasts.
Yes.
If you're talking to me,
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at you.
it's boobs.
Okay. Boobies. Yes.
Yes.
All shapes, all sizes.
Do what?
All shapes, all sizes. Or the bigger the better.
Not necessarily the bigger the better, but some manageable.
C, D, handful.
E, G,
B, C,
B, C. Huh?
Big nipples, little nipples.
do what?
Big nipples or little nipples?
Big nipples,
I don't give a shit.
little nipples. Don't give a shit. Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Silver dollar areolas,
No.
A whole end of the boob.
rodeo belt buckle areolas.
WCW big gold belt buckle.
Quarter size
Quarter size.
areolas.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. With a pencil eraser nipple.
Amen on that.
Okay. Go ahead and light your cigarette because we're coming right back to you. Because
Yeah, here we go.
while he's lighting a cigarette, I want to go ahead and take this moment and thank our tens of listeners on YouTube, Spotify, and everywhere else. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, what we do, share it with your friends. If you don't like our content, leave us a comment. Let us know what we're fucking up. Let us know what we're doing good. If you've got a subject that you want us to discuss, let us know in the comments.
And if we don't know anything about it, we'll do some research and
Oh yeah, I mean it's just
give our
like
comment on it.
the GOAT podcast.
Right.
I did the research on it, and according to a certain reputable, if you will, website, and the facts that they gave for him, I mean it made complete sense.
Right.
And you were totally in the dark. You gave your opinion. I went with facts.
Right.
But then there's been other subjects to where the facts. I'm giving my opinions, and I mean it works. So, Andrew,
Yo.
is there any specific skin shade that you prefer over others?
A good tan.
Okay.
White. Oh shit.
A good tan, you can leave it at that
Yep, I'm good.
because that can cover a lot of bases.
A lot of bases. Unless she's a redheaded Irish girl, she's probably not going to have a good tan.
Unless it's fake.
Unless it's fake. They do have spray-on tans where Irish girls just don't go poof. I understand that because I've got a little of that Scotch Irish in me. I do tan, but I know some people that just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, men and females, they burn, then they peel, and they're white again.
So there's a certain little funny you should speak of redhead Irish. There's a little Irish lady, Irish girl, if you will, in Kentucky that she said she doesn't tan.
Right.
And watching her TikTok videos, she doesn't tan. And I've got to say it's nothing. She's got a lot of followers, but it's because her TikTok videos are funny. She's not doing stupid dances. She's not jumping around, barely clothed or anything like that. She's just, some of the sound bites she finds are just funny. Like, there was one, she says in the video, so what that my titties sag? At least when I'm riding a motherfucker, he ain't got to strain his neck to lick a titty.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay, yeah.
she's not wrong.
Pick him up, put him in your mouth.
Yeah.
That way, he's not got,
Yeah. He's not like, no, don't get me wrong. Don't
Nothing
get me
wrong with
wrong.
that either.
There's nothing wrong with that.
he didn't have to, reach for it. It's like right there.
Exactly.
Or they might be down here, but then you can just pick one up and put
Yeah.
it
Well, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool too.
Nothing wrong with it. But I would like to take a moment to say hi, Heather. Her name is Heather. And she's hilarious. And one of the first times we were texting back and forth, talking to her, I totally pointed out that she does not live in the South, that the state of Kentucky is north of the Mason-Dixon line. And now, of course, I mean, she's got that Southern twang, and
I'm sorry, but as soon as you leave Missouri,
yeah,
down in the Boot Hill, and you go, or down above the Boot Hill, but
Yeah.
as soon as you cross and you go into Illinois and you hit Kentucky,
yeah.
you're in the South.
Well, yes.
Everybody's voice. I
Oh.
mean, that 20 miles from Missouri to there, you're like going, did I just step into a foreign country? Because the language just
Bro.
totally. And if you want iced tea without sugar in it, you got to order that shit. And then they may just turn you down and say, you get sweet tea, son.
Yeah, because even their unsweet tea is sweet.
Exactly. Their sweet tea is syrup.
I mean, it's basically...
You better order a Coke. There's less
Yeah.
sugar in that Coke than there is for sweet tea.
Give me a glass of water.
Yeah, my mom found...
It's probably sweet too.
Well,
Do you want lime in that? No, I don't want nothing. I just want water, please.
I want a glass of water.
My mom found that out. We went out to dinner when she first moved to Tennessee, and she ordered a glass of iced tea. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she took one drink of it, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And
I
of course,
got diabetes.
Do you want a little?
From that.
Do you want a little tea
No.
with that sugar?
now my mom liked to say that she only had diabetes sometimes. She was a part-time diabetic.
That's kind of like borderline diabetes.
Right. There was no borderline there.
Yeah,
Ma, you're 350 pounds.
yeah.
You do not exercise. You're on oxygen. You're diabetic.
Right.
And she used to lie to the doctors about checking her blood sugar and taking her medication and everything. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, who the fuck? Why is she fucking lying about this? Now, I'm not about to call her out. I mean, I'm the adult in the house now, which is fucking scary on its own.
I
I
concur.
know the feeling.
Yeah. But I'm like,
I'm that way right now.
I'm like,
Anyway,
Ma, I haven't seen you take a stitch of medication. As a matter of fact, you have a pill caddy that's bigger than mine. You have AM pills and PM pills. You have not filled that thing in 3 weeks.
Which the doctor himself knew she was lying
Well, yeah,
as soon as he done the blood work.
as soon
Or
as she.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing is they couldn't do the blood work on my mom. Because as soon as they would stick her, it's like, putting a spout in a maple tree.
I remember years and years ago, my mom,
I love you, Mom.
She got pretty heavy, and the local doctor down in Urbana. Back when we had family doctors,
Yeah.
where you could just show up.
Yeah.
And he put her on a high protein, low carbohydrate diet. That was way back before Atkins and
Yeah.
all that stuff. she had to drink a shake in the morning and a shake for lunch, and then she could eat supper. But she was specific on what she could eat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she showed up for an appointment and just done a piss thing.
Yeah.
And he come back and he goes, well, somebody's been fudging. And she's like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, it shows up here your starch is still pretty high. She goes, oh, I haven't had anything, like that. And he goes, well, you've had something. She goes, well, I made some green beans and potatoes, but I didn't eat none of the potatoes. I just ate the green beans. He said, you cooked them in the same pot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same thing.
It's the same difference. Said you might as well have ate the potato because that starch from the potato soaks into the green beans and everything.
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
but she, after she didn't know that
Yeah.
you couldn't cook green beans and potatoes together and
Right.
just eat the green beans and it'd be okay. No, she realized, and so and she lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah. Now, when I know we're getting completely off subject here, but okay, so all of us in this room, the first woman that you loved was your mom,
Yeah.
and
Right.
everybody always said that you marry a younger version of your mom. Now,
Well, that didn't happen the first or second time.
yes. Now, for me, ain't no way. No fucking way. My ex-wife is like my mom. Now my ex.
The main thing I always heard was, whenever you start dating somebody, take a hard look at their mom, because that's what she was going to start. That's what she was going to end up looking like.
Unless you're Ron Jeremy and you're trying to get that mother-daughter combo.
Or
Now-
like our good buddy D. White from Florida
Yeah.
has gave advice on this show to our younger listeners.
Already.
Florida.
Date your little girls, but fuck their moms. Do you remember that podcast?
Yeah. Same here.
We said now divorce moms.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah. I can honestly say that the closest I ever came to dating anybody like my mom would be my ex-fiance when I was in the Army. Because she took care of everything. All I did was work. I did my own laundry because she refused to have any of her clothes or her daughter's clothes get caught up in the Velcro of my uniform. And she didn't want her shit to smell like, I'm sorry, she didn't want her stuff to smell like my shit. Because you have stuff, everyone else has shit.
Right.
According to George Carlin. At this point, right now, I say
this moment?
right this moment, we're going to do something that we've never done before.
Oh, my God. Seriously?
Yes. Are you ready for this?
It's not thundering. Okay.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Wait for it.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Ding, ding.
Break it down. Boom. No.
Degeneration. Oh.
Yeah. For the first time ever,
Live on the podcast.
live on the podcast.
We've done these individually.
Yes. We have taken this shot every podcast since we got this.
Since I discovered it in St. Louis in July of last year, 2022.
Yes. So at the beginning of the
That's pretty good.
fuck. And I ain't even got my glasses. So at the beginning of the podcast, we did a shot of the Devil's Devil.
Which is our favorite cinnamon whiskey.
Yes. And the reason being is because we are running low on our preferred tequila. So this is, as you guys, I'll put a picture right about now of the bottle. This is a Gavaro. And we're not going to play the intro.
Right.
But I will do this. And welcome once again to another episode of S2E40 Productions presents
J&M Solve the World
Alcohol Review.
With our special, I am James.
And I am Matt. And with our special guest, Andrew. Wait for it.
Thank you.
Got that crickets for Andrew.
Your ones of listeners. Now, what we will do,
My one
Because-
listeners.
ones of listeners.
That's because you got to.
Because we have-
Because you got to like and share to get
Yeah.
more listeners.
Because we
All
have
right, all right.
tens. We have tens of listeners.
All right, fair enough.
And tens of followers. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to take half. We're going to rate, or we're going to take half, discuss, take the other half, rate.
There you go.
All right? Salud.
Mother's milk.
I would like to call that the nectar of the gods,
Nectar of the gods.
but I'd be lying.
God damn, Andy done good too.
I know.
I did good. The last review we did, I kind of fucked up and was like, whoops.
Yeah, I didn't do so good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No. I
Andy's
can't
like,
call it. Yeah.
Andy's like, I need another taste.
I can't call it the nectar of the gods because the nectar of the gods is that red soda that I enjoy entirely too much.
Okay.
That's what I consider the nectar of the gods
Okay.
because I don't drink coffee. So, James,
Yes, sir.
if you will, what is your review?
Well, like I say, I discovered this July of 2022 at a big function that I was at in St. Louis, and I'm like, whoa, that is way better than the lighter fluid that we normally taste, than we normally toast at these events, right?
Yes.
I'm like, I gotta get a picture of that label, da-da-da-da. And then we happened to find the first bottle at Carl's in Buffalo, if I remember right.
Yes, Carl's package store.
They do have T-shirts. Maybe we can get a T-shirt out of them.
Maybe so. Now, I have been a frequent buyer.
I would wear it on there, you know.
Oh, hell yeah. I can honestly say that back before social media, back before gas was over $1 a gallon, I was buying cigarettes there before school.
I think the
Statute of limitations
Limitations
is
is-
well.
well over with by now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, I probably could have fucking killed a man back then and statute of limitations would be over with.
Well, you'd at least be out of prison by now.
Maybe.
Maybe. If you got 20 years, you'd be out by now.
Well, yeah, I mean.
That's
you
what
know.
I'm saying.
Okay, anyways, you discovered this. You
I
found this.
Found this, and it's like, oh, shit. We got to try this. So we bought a bottle of it, and I don't think we have ever froze this.
No.
I've had
Because-
it over ice
Yep.
before, just it over ice. I remember the first time this man tried it.
Yes.
We pretty much entered, during a podcast, emptied a canister of it that night because Andy's like going, we need some more of this. And
A 45-minute podcast, we went through a fifth
yeah.
of a Gavaro tequila.
Sorry about that.
Are you, though?
My bad.
But no, I mean, like say when I discovered it, it was like, oh shit. My brother bought back some tequila from Mexico in a plain brown bottle,
Yeah.
you know, and as far as tequilas go, that is the smoothest tequila I've ever had. Is what he has brought back.
Better than the stuff your daughter brought back?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Next time we're down there, I have to see if he'll give you a snort of it because they're getting low. So, but you know, they used to do a charity motorcycle ride from Las Vegas down into Mexico and everything,
Yeah,
and they'd pick
yeah.
up some of this stuff. And it was, I mean, I don't know if it was a liqueur or two. It was dark,
Okay.
but no, it was just no burn whatsoever, and just
Nice.
you felt all warm and fuzzy inside, you know. Yeah,
I like feeling warm and fuzzy.
yeah, I like warm and fuzzy.
But you.
I like warm and shaved too. I don't care.
I mean, you yourself are warm and fuzzy, along with that guy. That guy right there.
We could, you know, if we were a tag team in the WWE, we'd be the Sasquatches.
Yeah. I mean, you've got, unfortunately for the both of you, you have more hair on your body than you do on your head.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Why?
I don't know. When was the last time you had your hair pulled?
It's been a long time.
For me as well, but you know,
You know,
I don't know. There's something about having a woman play with my hair that just relaxes me.
What do you think when I had long hair, I went to a beauty shop and not a barber shop?
Because that's what you do when you have long hair.
Just like having women play with my hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew how to treat long hair.
Oh yeah. When I go in,
I mean, you can go to a beauty shop and get a guy.
yeah,
I mean, the sports clips or I'm just saying, but you know, I'd rather have boobies touching my shoulders than some dude touching
so
my head.
I when I lived in Tennessee, I used to
Not that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. My personal preference.
like the last year I lived in Tennessee, I couldn't go to my normal person, Ilka, because by the time we closed up shop, they'd been closed for a while.
All right.
So I'd end up having to go to like Sport Clips on a Sunday. Now, trying to get a haircut on a Sunday near a military installation, yeah, good fucking luck. And I mean, my hair wasn't that hard, much like it is now, undershaved and everything. But I'd go to Sport Clips, and I would always have, I'd always go with the VIP, the massage. But the most important part was getting my hair washed. When my niece does my hair now, when I get the blue streak put in my hair, and then of course she washes it and everything, and it takes all I've got to stay awake, because it feels so good.
There was a beautician I used to go to back in the early 90s.
Frank.
No, not Frank. Her name was Michelle. You remember Michelle Brown, don't you?
Oh my God.
Michelle Childers.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the ladies, not to cut you off, but one of the ladies that used to cut my hair when I first got to Fort Campbell, her name was Michelle Brown.
But this girl, she was gorgeous. But my God, you never had your head washed like she done it. I mean, it was like, you think she's going to rip every hair out of your head, but it felt good.
Yeah.
It was just you're like, the fuck, and she was tiny. She was like 5'4".
Okay.
Right. She was, that tall.
But man, when she got a hold of your head, she's like scrubbing your head. You're like, oh God damn, I just orgasmed. It wasn't even sexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Back to the fact at hand, the tequila.
The tequila. Andrew, what do you think of this rock gut that we've found?
This is good.
And there you have it, folks. Andy's.
Did I say something wrong?
No.
Oh,
You could
I
elaborate.
said that.
You could elaborate. I mean,
You know,
I've read
me
Knuckle Drag.
personally, you know, this is good.
You know, I've read counseling statements and evaluation reports and everything to where like a bullet was, you know, no shit, like him did good. It's like that's it. You knuckle dragging, rock eating son of a bitch. I'm sure somebody somebody with a high school diploma can give you at least some words. Him did very good. Okay, that's better. We're moving. We're moving.
Well, him say.
Now I gotta say, I was apprehensive at first when we first started doing this because it's tequila,
right.
and like most tequila, it's like, you know, there's a reason why there's so much shit added to a margarita. Just gonna throw it out there. But since I tried this has been the only thing that has been in our J&M Solve the World established 2022 decanter
Right.
since.
Right.
And I've got to say, whether people have bought it, I don't know, but I've told a lot of people about this, and it's like, it's the smoothest fucking tequila I've ever had in this country.
Right. Well, like I say,
I haven't had what your brother brought back.
Yep.
But I did have what your daughter brought back, and it's like, wow,
it was good.
it is good.
Yeah. And we looked it up. I think she paid, what was it, $20 for that bottle?
Yeah, 20 American.
20 American down there.
Yeah.
But if you want to order it here,
It's $180.
$180.
Yep.
It's like, fuck that.
Yeah. I don't care if I even had the money. I probably still wouldn't fucking do it. But with that being said, let's finish these off, and then we'll give our ratings. Salud.
Salud.
You know, I got to say that I'm really surprised that, because those were the same shot glasses we had the Devil's Devil in, I didn't taste any cinnamon,
No, that's true.
which was awesome.
Right.
Okay, so James, out of a scale of no thumbs to 2 thumbs, what are you going to give it?
Well, I got to give it my highest rating to date.
Oh, shit. Wait for it.
Because I've done the 1 3/4 on a couple things.
Yes.
So this has got to be 1 7/8. I can't quite go 4
You mean 2?
or 2. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I can't quite go 2, but it's fucking close.
Okay. Andrew, what rating are you going to give this?
$1 3/4.
$1 3/4. Okay. Okay. So again, I'm not going to try to do math right now because I am going to go 1 13/16.
Ooh,
Not quite.
not quite the 7/8.
Not quite 7/8. Not quite 2.
We got some younger listeners out there going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, there's going to be people that are listening to this podcast going to be wondering, what the fuck? So
I guess we could do metric.
no, why? I mean, I don't know if you saw my shirt, but this is America.
American, man.
Metric system.
I don't know if you see my shirt.
Typo.
Negative.
Yeah.
Christian woman. I don't know what that has to do with adding or
Yeah.
nothing, but
Metric system never made it to the moon.
well, I think India just made it to the moon.
No. I know they were trying to put people on the moon, but
They were trying to go
Bro.
to the dark side of the moon.
hey, it don't matter.
We were there first in the 60s.
Hey, we planted a fucking flag.
That's right.
Flag. It's ours.
Supposedly.
No. Look, all these fucking flat earthers and people that said that we didn't go to the moon. You know what? I'm going to say this right now, right here on fucking J&M Solve the World. We went to the moon. Mm-hmm. The earth is fucking round. Mm-hmm. Because you know what? People can lie about a lot of things. But when a man is in his fucking 80s and he knocks a motherfucker out for saying that he didn't go to the moon, if I had a hat on, I would take it off to fucking Buzz Aldrin. The motherfucker stepped on the moon.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we live in the show me state, but no, at the same time, fuck no. I believe we went to the fucking moon.
Right.
Because our generation, Gen X, if you will, was the generation that saw a fucking space shuttle blow up on national fucking television.
Mm-hmm. Two of them.
Yes.
One going up, one coming down.
Do you remember what they were?
Challenger was one going up, and I'm drawing a blank on the one coming down.
Columbia.
That's right. As soon as I seen your mouth start forming,
Okay, so back to the original. Okay,
what was funny about the whole shuttle thing?
Yes.
Not the tragedies,
Right.
but the first shuttle was Enterprise.
Yeah.
But it never went into orbit.
Correct.
But that was the first shuttle they unveiled was the Enterprise. For you Trekkie fans.
Yes.
And
at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, they have the shuttle Atlantis.
Right.
It has flown more space missions than any other space shuttle, and the actual shuttle is on display.
Right.
It's far enough away to where you are not fucking touching it.
Right.
But it's pretty fucking cool.
Which is kind of weird at Nellis Air Force Base. They got all those airplanes out on pedestals, and you can like walk right underneath them and look at them. I mean, you're not touching them because they're on a pedestal, but
except one plane. There's one plane that you cannot walk underneath. There's one plane that you cannot get within arm's distance of. And that is the SR-71 Blackbird.
yeah, I don't think they had one on display when I was out there in '93.
Still, I mean,
That is one bad motherfucker.
It is, and it never had any guns on it.
It was strictly reconnaissance.
It's
Yes.
just one.
They are.
Well, and that's
It is just one bad motherfucker.
yeah, fastest plane, 48 minutes from California to fucking New York.
I wonder how many people seen those and thought they seen an alien.
Well,
Well,
Or if
we
they
could
even
ask.
seen it- or if they even seen them, because I mean they flew such a high altitude.
Yeah,
I'm
when
sorry,
when your
that's
pilots.
one bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah, when your pilots have to wear spacesuits
Right.
because you fly so fast.
Fly
When-
so high too.
They are
Yes.
flying high, and
When you're picking up.
Well, Elon Musk talked about this on Rogan's podcast the last time he was on there. The higher you get up, the less energy you have to spend
Right.
to go fast.
Right. But and the SR-71 was actually named RS-71. It was the Reconnaissance Surveillance 71st platform.
Right.
But old Lyndon B. Big Dick Johnson was a little dyslexic, and when he announced it to the world, he said SR. And it stuck.
Okay.
SR kind of rolls off the tongue usually
Right.
than RS.
Right.
SR,
Well, I don't know. They had RS Chevrolets back in the day.
Like I said, yeah, SR just rolls off the tongue.
Yep.
Fuck a bow tie. What?
How dare you badmouth the bow tie?
I'll fucking badmouth it till the day I fucking die. I don't know if you saw what's on the front of my truck. It's
What's
a big
wrong
blue
with
oval.
about the bow tie?
I don't know. The fact that they had to be bailed out by the federal government and then gave all their executives fucking biggest bonuses ever.
But they paid it back.
Yeah, they may have. But the blue oval, oldest car manufacturer in America.
I gotta if we're gonna go down this road, I gotta say something about the blue oval.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
As a person who repairs and fixes cars, Ford engineers are fucking stupid.
I can say the same thing about Chrysler engineers.
I can say that too.
Yeah.
But as far as the models I work on, I mean,
Yes.
Sorry, but I did not mean to.
we're an independent shop,
Right.
so we work on everything. And maybe it's a bias because I've worked on more of them than anything else because this is bow tie country.
Yeah.
But I'd rather work on a Chevy truck than a Ford truck
Right.
or Chevy car as a Ford car, because when you have 4 different fasteners to hold on one piece of fucking plastic, which Ford is notorious for, that's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, either pick the 6 point or the 5.5 millimeter head socket, or the 20 Torx,
Yeah.
or the 8 millimeter. Not all 3 of them.
Yeah.
To hold on one piece of plastic underneath the fucking bumper cover.
Bro.
I mean, Chevrolet has 18 fucking 20 Torx bolts holding their inner fender skirts in, but they're all the same. That's all you need to take that inner fender skirt out is one Torx bit.
Dude, taking the front clip off of my little Suzuki Kizashi when I had it, just to change out the headlights. Yeah, I had to have my toolbox within fucking reach because I'm working a 5.5. I'm working a 10.
Yep.
I'm working a 25 Torx. And then I'm working a fucking Phillips.
A GM, when you walk up to a GM on a front end, especially, you know you're probably going to need a 7,
Yep.
a 10, 13. If you're getting back heavier if you're on the front end, 13, usually get your bumper bar off, and a 20 Torx, and maybe a 15 Torx.
Yeah.
But that's for the whole front end.
Yeah.
That's not for one piece of plastic
Yeah.
on the bottom of the bumper.
Well,
Plus the push ends.
oh,
The
yeah.
push end clips they
Yep.
got for everything.
Yep. Anyways, back to the original topic. Beauty.
Andrew, the prettiest truck you've ever seen in your life.
Oh.
Is it a big Kenworth? Or is it a
Peter
Or is it a C10?
built
A W900
KW.
Kenworth. A W900 Kenworth.
What kind of sleeper? Coffin sleeper, walk-in sleeper,
It doesn't
Aerodyne?
matter what the sleeper is. It's the hood that makes the truck. You know, to me, I don't give a shit what is behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a 200-inch sleeper. A W900 Kenworth sleeper.
Now, is that the straight hood, or is that the one that's got the slight curve to it?
A W900, not the W990.
Right.
Okay, sorry. The W990.
Okay.
That is the go-to.
Okay.
A W900
Mm-hmm.
Kenworth. That is, to me, I don't know how to say this without, that
Just don't
is-
drop the N-bomb. You can say anything else.
No. No. Don't worry about that.
That is the. No.
A W900 Kenworth truck is great.
What about the hood is so gives you a Woody when you see it?
A flat hood. A flat hood. Flat,
Yeah.
Right.
The classic long nose
right,
hood,
okay.
not the anteater looking hood.
A 379 Peterbilt
Ooh. Okay.
is a good looking truck.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the 900.
You prefer the key versus the
I prefer
the Peter.
the 900
Okay.
KW. Don't get me wrong, the 379
Pete.
hood on a Peterbilt is nice also.
Okay.
But my personal preference
Mm-hmm.
is a 900 hood.
Okay.
That, that flat hood.
Yep. Yep.
I'm sorry. Don't hold that against me. I can't help it. But, I like that, that flat hood.
Yeah.
So you're not a cab over fan then?
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Now, wait a minute. Now, the guys that want to bring back the cab overs, I don't have a hat on, but hats off to them.
If they want to ride that son of a bitch.
If they want to bring back the cab overs and put a airbag suspension or
They need to.
leaf spring
So I know the last truck
on them.
the last truck my dad had was a Cab Over International.
13-letter shit spreader.
And I was 9 when he had to retire, but I remember
Hats off to the man.
I remember riding in that truck and it was
Look. All right.
going down a smooth highway.
If
Right.
if you're going to bring back the cab over truck, there's only one way to bring that cab over truck back. It needs to be white with red stripes, aerodyne
B.J.
fucking.
McKay and his best friend Bear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
Every
No,
every motherfucking truck should come with a chimpanzee, fucking at least a stuffed animal.
that was a K100.
Yeah. My dad, growing up, my dad drove more KWs than I remember.
What, cab
But it-
overs?
He had a cab over KW. He had a cab over Pete.
Oh.
But his last truck that he drove was an L9000 Ford. Custom built.
L9000 Ford.
Yep. 120-inch sleeper.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do that shit again.
I mean, Dad's
Oh,
L9000 was fucking amazing. I'm telling you.
Right. You know, that truck was made for him.
He was, when my dad drove with his cowboy boots on, he was about 5'4". And that L9000 Ford, you know, it didn't sit up as high as a KW or a Pete, but it was black. It was a black truck with gold and red pinstripe and filigree on it. Dad drove for Belcher Cartage out of Kansas City, but he also had his own trucking company, T&L Trucking. And at one time, I think he said he had 2 guys driving for him. He had a cab over Pete that
with the reefer on and the Jimmy Hull and Hogs. Oh,
I love that movie. But there's absolutely no way in hell you're ever going to get me to fucking drive a Mack. Quack, quack.
I'm surprised Andy just had one in the dialogue there because I think he knows that movie from start to finish.
Dude, let me tell you, when I was growing up and my dad, and I know, folks, we're completely off of fucking topic.
No, we're not. We're talking about beautiful trucks.
Yes. Okay. When that song came out by C.W. McCall,
C.W. McCall, yeah.
I used to have a chair sit, and I'd act like I'm climbing up the ladder, getting inside,
Yeah.
you know, starting it up, hitting all the buttons and everything, and driving away. And then, oh, yeah. And then it's the opening scene of the movie. It's a desert highway in Arizona. It's a 2-lane.
Mm-hmm.
You see the heat coming up off the asphalt. And then you see that black Mack truck just come up over.
That black Mack.
My mom and dad,
That duck on the front. Oh, sorry. My bad.
yeah, they bought me.
You know one thing I liked about the Mack trucks? I've never drove that many of them because not my line of work. But I did a Mack truck, the first place I worked, and I had to paint the whole truck, right?
Uh-huh. Chrome Shop Mafia in Joplin?
Yeah.
What?
No.
You're Rhino?
Yeah. But I had
It'd be a lot cooler if you were.
I had to. Yeah, it would be. We'd be having a bigger following right now.
Yeah, we would.
But I had to mask off that bulldog.
Yeah.
Well, that gave me something to grab a hold of, so I could tilt that front end forward.
Exactly.
So I could get up on the tire and paint the fucking roof, and then I crawl up on the back frame, paint the back of the roof, and then paint the sides, then paint the sides, and then paint the top of the hood itself. Mm-hmm. Then I could grab a hold of that dog, set it back down, and paint everything else.
Right.
Let that coat dry a little bit, crank it back up. That way I wasn't getting into my paint.
Right.
Because I had that dog mask up.
Oh, yeah.
That I could grab a hold of him and pull that front end back up. And
the Kenworths, they had the big key up on the hood, and the top part of the key stuck up to where you grab the top part of that key and pull it down. The Pete's and the Internationals, they had the indention behind the logo to where you could pull it open.
Yep.
A
lot of other tilt front ends had that too. They just had because that first place I worked at a DNS Auto Works, and there was a lumber yard, Town and Country Lumber. You remember them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They'd buy these new trucks. They'd bring them for us to paint them their color.
Right.
And their color was Yucatan gold, which was baby shit yellow. Yeah, it sucked, but it wasn't bad. You buzz them off and paint them single stage acrylic enamel back in the day.
Right. You know, I was down scrapping cable for work the other day, and where the scrapyard we go to there in Kansas City is on the backside of Belger. And Belger's pretty much in Kansas City now is just scales and a little bit. But they had 3 flatbeds stacked up on top of each other, and I took a picture of it and sent it to my dad, and I was like, the mud flaps say Belger cartage on it, and they're the black with the red and gold on it, and I'm like, hey, I saw these, and I was just thinking about you.
Dude.
I had a lot of fun going out on the road with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to play games, him and I. And it was, you see a tractor trailer coming the other way, and who was the first, you tried to be the first person to correctly identify that truck before it got close enough.
Right.
So, like a Pete, you can identify from a distance because it's got the oval. The Kenworth's got the K. The Mac's got the big bulldog on it. The Intertrationals, those are a little bit different. Oh yeah, I may or may not have worked on a few of those in my time, cutting fucking airbags and shit off them motherfuckers. And even when you take the sleepers off of them, and it's just the cab and the hood, and with the airbags, it still rides rough as fuck. It's like, yeah, there's a reason why this is called an Intertrational. One of the things that I remember the most about my dad being over the road, and this was regardless whether it was a cab over or a long nose or anything, he had an Arkansas toothpick about yay long that he had hanging from his steering column. Let some motherfucker come, because he said he started carrying the knife or a short sword if you're a dwarf. After he spent a night in prison or a night in jail in Canada for transporting a 25 across international date line, and or international borders, and I laugh about it. It's my favorite fucking story. Dad doesn't really see it that way, but across the border, they're checking his truck out. They're doing an inspection and everything. They're looking at everything, and they find his loaded 25. They can't figure out how to unload it. They give it back to my dad.
Was it semi-auto or?
Yeah. They give it back to him. He's like, hey, man, we can't figure out how to unload your gun, so here you go. And it's like, that's...
Like, you bunch of dumb sumbitches.
Well, I mean, it's Canada.
To go totally off.
Okay.
To go totally off or on that subject.
Okay.
Something you said earlier.
Jail, guns.
Permits.
Oh, permits.
Something you said earlier to Cody.
Oh, we're talking earlier.
For those people who have a concealed carry permit in Missouri. And because they passed the constitutional carry, blah, 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 you can conceal carry in Missouri without a permit now.
Correct.
Keep your permit.
Yes.
Or go get your permit.
Yes.
Because if you travel at all, you want that Missouri permit.
Yes.
Because most states around us recognize our concealed carry permit.
You can travel north, they recognize it. You can travel east, they will west, they will recognize it.
Right.
You can travel south, they recognize it. You travel east, not so much. Because
If you get into Kentucky, you're okay.
Right.
But Illinois is that one you're talking about.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that even on Highway 60, you've still got about 10, 15 minutes in Illinois.
Yeah, But, and then also, Jack was telling us the other day, if you go into an establishment that has a sign posted, no firearms, or whatever are allowed. And why, if you had yours concealed, anybody would ever know you had it concealed. But if somebody discovered you had it concealed,
Yep.
if you have a permit, all they can do is ask you to leave.
Yes.
If you don't have a permit, they can call the law.
Now, see, a lot of establishments took those signs out when it was passed federally that if you have that sign up in your business and somebody gets shot, you are 100% liable for their hospital bills and everything else. So a lot of establishments, a lot of businesses took that shit down because, I mean, honestly, if you have that sign up in your establishment,
It's
no
like
firearms allowed.
It's kind of like having a beware of dog sign at your house. You're admitting you have a dangerous dog.
Correct.
And if somebody gets dog bit, you're responsible.
Right. But you gave warning. Now, if you have a sign that says no weapons allowed and a criminal brings a weapon, now what you're doing there is you're telling criminals, hey, nobody in here has a gun.
Right.
You're also telling law-abiding citizens,
You can't bring a gun.
you can't bring your gun.
Right.
Because if you take a concealed carry class, if you take a fighting pistol class, if you take any sort of class, they're going to, I mean, one of the first things, at least they told us, was judge the situation. Can you get out of this situation with minimal damage?
Right.
No?
Can you get out of the situation without pulling your weapon?
Correct. But, you know, I digress.
But if you have to, unload that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. But make every shot count.
Exactly.
Don't fire blindly. And
kind of like the sign in our favorite breakfast establishment. It says weapons are permitted, but if you need to fire diligently,
Yeah.
just something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we on J&M Solve the World all agree, and these are our opinions. We could be wrong.
But we may be right. I may be wrong.
2/3 of us have been married at least once,
Yep.
and some of us haven't. But in our opinions, the fairer sex of the human race, the females, the ones that without whom there would be no human race,
They have all the babies.
they have all the power.
They have all the babies.
Yes.
There would be nobody would be here right now
Without
if it wasn't
women.
for women.
Yes. And
It's pretty simple.
to be completely honest, they have the one thing that every EVERY man loves.
Boobies.
Exactly. Because I have yet to meet a gay man that does not like to play with boobies. He may prefer to have a little in the poop chute. He may prefer a little, but when it comes to la 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 la, tune in Tokyo, as
Are
the
these things on?
yeah, as the game that we used to play as children, tune in Tokyo. Yeah, I've met some of the most flamboyant drag queens who love boobies. Because,
That's why they get their own, right?
well, that's why they make fake ones.
Yeah.
Because a drag queen doesn't want to change their sexuality. Do you know the worst thing about fake boobies?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Oh no! Wait! Wait! Hang on.
Yes.
Are you talking fake drag queen boobies, or are you talking females that get implants?
Or
Because I want to say there's a problem with drag queen boobies.
when somebody takes off their shirt and or bra, and there's boobies still there.
You're talking implants.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong.
Exactly. Because boobies
Because they're real
are awesome.
They're real on the outside.
That's
Nipples are real.
you know.
Skin is real.
I mean, there's a line in a movie
Right.
called Blood In, Blood Out. I might be white on the out, but I'm brown on the in. Looks like we're about to lose our special guest. I think we may have
Too many alcohol reviews.
put him under the table. I guarantee if we had a pillow and a blankie underneath the table, he probably would lay down. Oh, he's got to go potty. So, with that being said, you have just watched another episode of S2E40 Productions Presents.
J&M Solve the World. I have been James.
And I've been Matt. And on behalf of Ray, Andrew, you keep one fist in the gold, one foot in the gutter, and we will be seeing you.
Peace. Love y'all.